Hey y'all, I'm Locklith, and this is day 12 of my 30 days ACNH challenge. But here are the rules. I have to finish the island in 30 days. It has to be a 5-star island. I can't rely on treasure islands or any of my islands for help, and I have to make 1 million bells in pumpkin profits. Now this video is going to be a little bit longer than any of my others because I am cramming day 12 through 16 all in one video due to some unfortunate events last week. I won't get into it. You can look at my community post if you are curious. But I did take a little bit of a break with editing the days together. And since I have missed the daily day-to-day, I decided to cram day 12 through 16 all in one video. So this one's going to be a long one. So sit back, relax, get some coffee or some tea, depending on the time of day that you are watching this. And let's just get into day 12. And I've gone ahead and chopped down all of the cedar trees, or most of them, because I want to just have the hardwood trees on the island. So we've got a lot to do today. I want to move some villager homes. I want to do some planning. A lot of things going on. But there, my face is better. No more wasp stings. But let's get into the day, and I want to start off by getting a pond here, but I need to get a little bit more Nook miles before I can afford it. But I am going to do a lot of planning in this video today, so we're going to be moving well, not all, but most of the homes, but we are going to plan out where all of the homes are going to go. All the villager homes, I want to plan those out, bridges, inclines, all those types of things. So we've got a lot to cover. And with that, we have reached 6,000 miles, so let's get the waterscaping tool. A lot of these permits are so expensive, but specifically the terraforming and waterscaping ones, it's like 6,000 Nook miles. So I finally earned enough for that, but before I get into doing that pond, I do want to do some other waterscaping, and that includes where I'm going to put some of the bridges. And like I had mentioned previously in videos, the waterscaping and terraforming is going to be very minimal on the island. I want to keep the island pretty much like the map is already, with minimal effort on my side, because there's not a lot of days. 30 days will come and go very quickly. I mean, we're almost halfway through the series. By the end of this video, we will be halfway through. So I don't want to do a lot of terraforming. So I need to keep the landscaping as is for the most part. And until I can afford some bridges, I'm going to do some land bridges for now. And here is going to be one house placement. I want to have a lot of the homes kind of collected together in a way, and some of them will need to be up top as well, so I need to figure out where this incline makes sense, and I think right here is a good place for it. Yeah, incline there, bridge here. I think that makes sense. So let's get rid of some of these trees because all we have are stumps. This is gonna take a while. And I don't like how this doesn't look very natural over here, so I'm gonna fix this up just a smidge. And I am pretty much over this dolphin tail, mermaid tail pond, whatever this is. This does not look natural. So I'm gonna go ahead and make it as natural as I can. Waterscaping is a little bit of a struggle for me, so I think that looks natural, but there's gonna be quite a bit of tweaking with a lot of the water throughout this video, so just bear with me. But I think another good placement for a house is right here. But we gotta get rid of some of these weeds. I think that looks good there. I'm thinking another house here, but let's push this back just a bit. And now let's place it. Yeah, I think that looks better. I don't want it directly behind the house below, so I think that works out. Now here again, this terraforming does not look natural. Let's alter this a bit. I don't really have a rhyme or reason behind how I terraform a waterscape, so if any of y'all have any questions as it pertains to that, unfortunately I don't know how I could answer, except for if it makes sense to me, it makes sense. I don't know, it's a little bit of a struggle, but I basically just try to keep not too many straight edges. I try to keep things rounded off, and then if it just looks good like that is now, I think that's, I don't know. If it makes sense in the moment, I leave it. If it does not, I change it. That's clear as mud, I'm sure, but words escape me today. But let's get rid of more of these stumps. And let's do a little bit more terraforming because I want to place a house close to the back part here. And in the future, I'm going to be removing some of that top left corner terraformed area because I want to make the secret beach accessible from the bottom tier without having to climb up or down. So I need to expand this out a little bit more to the right. Placed another house over in that direction. I think I'm going to place 3 more around here, potentially. I like having villager homes in clusters, it seems. I like them to have, you know, neighbors. That's the whole point. They're supposed to be neighbors. They're supposed to coexist. What better way than to cluster them up over here? Pushing this one back just a little bit more, get it closer to that, and then one more house over here. And Able Sisters will not cover that one, so that is good. But here is the placement of the home so far. I think I've got one more house to figure out where to put, and we will have all 10 villager homes planned out, which is kind of nice. This 12th day is very planning focused, so I think that's a good place for that house. figuring out the trees, and I'm gonna nudge this house over once. And then I'm also gonna add another bridge right here by Abel's sisters. That way I don't have to use my vaulting pole, but for now we have land bridges because I don't have enough bells to pay off inclines or bridges, unfortunately, right now. In the future I will have to worry about that. And then one more incline to reach the homes up top. Alright, so now we need to grab some homes and actually place them where we planned them. And I need to grab a ramp as well. But I think I'm going to start with Sydney's home. And I think right here up top, starting this 3 cluster makes the most sense. And I'm not going to pay off that incline today. Alright, we've moved on to the next day. Allie's here, and I don't want her. So let's move on with grabbing the next home on the list. And I think Pashmina will be a great addition to the little neighborhood cluster over here. I think her and Sydney will get along really well. But let's move on to another day. And grab another house. And this time I think Gabby makes the most sense. I want these 3 Gorals all to coexist in this little area. It makes the most sense to me. I think it'll be so cute having all 3 of them here. But again, another day. Alright, it's time for some boys to move around. We're going to start with Fret. And I think I'm going to move some of them over here in this direction. Some of my favorite boys on the island. I want to cluster them all together, and I think Fret's house will look nicely around here. These are going to be the 3 boys' homes that I appreciate, and I think Fret, makes sense right here. And I'm going to waterscape this area a bit before I time travel to the next day. Before I move another house, because I want to move somebody right here. And I think that looks good. Now I'm going to grab another home on this next day here. And I think Benjamin will be a cute addition next to Fret's home. Right over here near the beach. But I think those are going to be all the homes I grabbed today, but here's what it's looking like. We've got 2 homes over here, we've got 1 in the future, we've got a bridge that might happen here, an incline here. Another home will be added over there. But I think that is a good stopping point for day 12. And we're gonna move on to day 13. Oh my gosh, look at Gabby over here doing yoga. All the girlies over here looking nice. But let's move on to day 13. Alright, it's a new day, it's a new dawn. It is day 13 of the challenge. This is gonna be a long video, y'all, so make sure you get some snacks in between. Now, as you can see here, Isabel is telling me, past me, that Nook's Cranny is closed for renovations. So we will have a new Nook's Cranny. But did past me remember that on day 13? You shall see. I did not remember on that day. I was not paying attention to Isabel's announcements, so I didn't realize that it was closed. So I picked all of these pumpkins for nothing right now. We're gonna water these before we time travel to another day. Alright, new day. We have a new shop, it's expanded. Now, let's sell all of these. 100,800 bells. And there is our total. So far, we are so close to our 1 million bells pumpkin profits. We're doing very well. And you can tell in this moment that I completely forgot what I was needing to do. I had no idea. I ran to my house and I got lost for a second, but then I remembered. I need to sell fruit, I need to get bells, because the pumpkin profits cannot be used. So we need actual bells to pay off bridges and things. So let's sell some things. We need to buy that adorable little pumpkin, what do you call it? Carrier? Pumpkin... Spooky Treats Basket. That's what it's called. It's so tiny and so expensive, but let's buy that. And I've been trying to buy candy as well throughout this. Oh, and another thing too. I can now get patterns from Sable. We have reached bestie status. Now let's look at the damage of what we have to pay for this ramp today. Oof. Yeah, I don't have that type of money. So today is going to be a day of earning bells to pay off the ramp. That is going to be our #1 priority. $40,000 is quite a bit, but we're still pretty broke. So, for the first time in this series so far, I'm gonna go diving. Because, if y'all were not aware, diving is a good way to get bells. So, just give me a moment and we'll do that. And of course, we get a scallop. So this is the first time we've come across Pascal. And I'm not sure, I want to sell this scallop, but at the same time, I know I will probably get some miles by helping him out and potentially get a pearl. So I will just give it to him. We'll let him on his way. You know, the pearls could sell for a lot, but in this moment, unfortunately, he only gave me a DIY. So that didn't really earn me anything. And I think I forgot to sell the DIY too. I think I ended up learning it. I'm not going to use any of the mermaid furniture, so this was a useless scallop that I just gave away for free. Alright, selling a pocket full of critters. 40k, perfect. We almost have enough to pay off the incline, so we need to do a few more things. Like, maybe go fishing. When in doubt, go fishing. You're not going to get a lot of bells, but we're so close to reaching that, what was it, 95,000 bells for the incline. So I'm sure a few fish and a few other random items for sale could get us there. We have reached it. We've gone over it actually, but we can pay this off finally. We are no longer broke. Well, now we're broke again, but it's an endless cycle of being broke and not broke. And look at here. Sydney has a little song in her heart. She's cheering me on. She says I can do it. She's chanting away. Now let's move some more homes. We can move at least a few more with our bells. So Pecan will be another addition over here. And let's time travel to another day. All right, we've got the incline. It is in. Gabby had a lot to say there, and I honestly didn't read it, to be fair. But look at that. We've got Pecan over there in the corner. We've got all the girlies here, and they can actually come up and down the ramp. But here is how the map looks so far. It's looking good. We've moved quite a bit of homes. We still have a few more to go. So let's grab another home. And I think I'm going to grab the last boyo and add him to the group over here. So Carlos, this is his new spot. Looking nice. He's over here with Benjamin and Fret. All the boys over here. Do not judge me. I'm buying a shovel. Okay? I know I said I've been crafting my tools, but I have a weakness and I don't feel like doing it. Okay? I just don't feel like doing it. So I bought the shovel today. But I've been sort of keeping up with my money trees. But this is the end of day 13. And I'm broke yet again. But what can you do? We're going to move on to day 14. I will see y'all here in a few. Day 14, new day, which means a new fit. And it always takes me forever to figure out what I want to wear. But once I figure it out, it's always spooky. Here is how the map looks today. We've got 3 more homes to move. I don't know if I'm going to move them today because I am going to probably do some more designing. But before I do that, let's sell some more pumpkins. Here's where we're at with the total so far. And I knew I missed another cedar tree, so let's switch that one out. And let's grab some of our daily things. Including this lost item that I'm actually going to use in the build. I'm not going to give it to whomever it belongs to. I'm going to keep it, okay? I'm going to keep it. So we got some more bells. We got some Nook Miles to redeem, which is nice because I can use those. Kind of just reviewing my materials here because I need to build a few things for this speed build today. I think I'm going to work on the entrance, but I need to build a few things in preparation. Some things that I want to use on or around the entrance build. And let's grab just a bunch of stuff. Let's craft a bunch of stuff and we'll get into the speed build. And I want to get some new DIYs like a stall, and I also want to be able to paint the fencing, so I got to redeem those. And today I am actually going to move a house. I kind of forgot that I moved Whitney's home. Since we're in a new day, I figured I might as well move her home before we get into the speed build. But here we are. Let's start with the entrance. I still have this lost item, but here is what it looks like at the moment before we get into it. And let's just jump right in. I didn't really have a plan going into this, except for I wanted to use the spooky arch and also use this gravel for the pathing in the entrance as well. And the other big idea that I knew I wanted to do, which is why I downloaded the stall DIY, is I wanted to kind of make it like a market when you first walk into, you know, the entrance, or you first walk into the island. There's not a lot of space in between resident services and the airport. So I think a good way to fill up space is to just have some stalls here. And of course, pocket space is an issue still, especially when you're working on speed builds. So that'll happen a few times. But an easy way to fill up the space over here, I thought, would be to have some stalls and to sell some things as well. So I'm gonna let y'all watch a little bit of this. Yep, like I said, pocket space is an issue. I'm gonna let y'all watch a little bit of this and I'll come back here in just a second. Alright, so we're gonna start this off with some fencing, and I love the tall board fence. I used this on my autumn island that I did. I'll add a link, I guess, to that down below if you are curious to see a fully designed autumn themed island that I've done in the past. That one was not a challenge type of thing. It was actually spending the time and building a full island. So if you want to check that out, that'll be down below, but I utilized the same fencing in that island as well, and it was part of the entrance. So I don't know why. I always think of that fencing specifically in the black colorway for a spooky island. And Gabby decided to sit in that adorable little rocking chair that I placed there. But some of the stalls that I am going to place, one of them is going to be basically like wooden items. So like the toys there and the ocarina are what's being sold. And then we got like a little bookshop here as an additional like selling of things. And then, you know, clay items. I tried to keep it simple, basically things that I could make or easily purchase. I don't have a lot of things cataloged right now, so I am kind of relying on DIYs at the moment. Hopefully that changes in the future, but we shall see. And then the other thing too was just a food stall. So these kind of will change. Oh my God, please, Whitney, please move. This is going to be an issue in the future, I have a feeling, but I had to talk to her for her to move out the way. But like I said in the past, I'm going to build a lot of pumpkin items later and sprinkle them in very heavily later on if possible. But for now, I don't have a lot of those, so I'm just working with what I have. And, you know, these will change over time if I have time to do it, that is. I'm going to let y'all watch a little bit more of this because I'm getting tired of talking. And I'm sure you're tired of hearing me talk, so enjoy the rest of this for now. And ignore that I'm in a wetsuit at the moment. I had to do a little bit of diving for some bells so that I could buy some customization kits. Like I said, I'm already broke. The previous day I used my time to get bells and I already don't have any at all anymore. But I've moved on to another day, and as I was figuring out my pocket situation, Pashmina decided to make a little home visit, which I do not have the time for, so unfortunately We're gonna have to bid her adieu, but not before she gives me an orange. Peace out, Girl Scout. Let's go and do more things on the island. I had to do a little time traveling because I did plant 2 trees, and so I want them to be stunted at certain points in, certain growth stages. I need to stunt them, so I need to time travel at least 2 days, but not before I do a few dailies. And they were selling a spooky trick lamp today, which all the money that I've earned so far is now gone. But it's another day again, and hopefully we can stunt one of those trees today because I want it in this second stage. The first stage of a tree I don't really like, but the second stage is kind of the sweet spot. But I do need to time travel one more day for that other tree on the left that you can barely see over there. And then I decided to switch around these 2 stalls. So the clay pots will be on the left and then the wooden items over here. And then of course I need to buy this spooky standing lamp. And finally, I've time traveled enough days that the villager whose book this belongs to has forgotten about it. So added that to the build. And we can finally stunt this tree. But I believe that is it for this entrance build and for day 14 of this video thus far. If you need to take a break, pause the video, take a break real quick. But we are gonna move and groove into day 15 very shortly. But here is what this entrance looks like, and another build down. We have so many more builds to go though, y'all. This is gonna be a long 30 days. All right, it is day 15 now. I'm already losing track of the days. And look at cute little Sydney over here trying to catch a bug. Why can't they catch bugs? Please, Nintendo, in the future, let them be able to catch bugs. But a new day means a new outfit. And also a new pumpkin harvest. So I'm going to quickly do that. And sell all of these for another 100,800 bells. I'm gonna buy a bunch of things in the Nook's Cranny because today is gonna be a customization type of day. But here is our total of pumpkin profits. We are so close. In the next video, we will reach our 1 million bells, and I'm so excited about it. But let's do some daily things along with updating or customizing my house interior. This is going to be the main focus today, so I need to pick up a lot of these items and customize them over on Harv's Island because I did unlock Reese and Cyrus over there, so I can finally customize all of these. So let's go run over to that island here in a minute and customize these. But before we do that, daily watering is a thing. We need to make sure we get that group of 3 for the next video, I guess, to get those full 1 million bells. But we do need to make some side money too, so we gotta sell some things. And I'll also need to get another slingshot because mine has broken. And I'm probably going to buy another one. You know, don't judge me, okay? I'm very lazy. Not too bad of a haul. Another lost item. I think I'm going to return this one because I don't like this colorway. It's not screaming spooky to me. So on my journey of finding who it belongs to, I decided to ask Fret because he was like right here. And unfortunately, it belongs to Axel. So I guess I will just return it to him. I'm hoping that he wants to leave the island soon because I'm not wanting him to stay. He does not fit the theme. But he did give me a study chair, which is cute. And also, because I returned that to him, we are now true friends. So I don't know if that means he's ever going to leave the island. We shall see, I guess. But on the way of trying to figure out who is crafting today, I came across Kurlos in Sydney, hanging out in his house. Are they besties? Are they in a relationship? I'm not sure. But these two are staying on the island, so we shall see how their friendship blooms throughout their stay here. But we do need to make sure we get the DIY, and Gabby was the one crafting today. And it is a spooky chair. Of course, there are always going to be spooky items, hopefully. I'm trying to grab those as much as I can. But we do need to sell some more things because the only downside of using Reese and Cyrus is that it's going to cost us some money. So to customize all of these items, I need to make sure I have enough bells. But we have made it to Harv's. Gotta do this cutscene, of course, because I have yet to come over here since I paid off their little RV. I love that you get to have this little interaction with them before you actually use their services. Harv's Island, the music on the island is such a vibe, and then all of these little things. It's the little things, I swear. So it's gonna be a minute, but I'm gonna go ahead and customize all of the items that I've brought with me, including the study chair that Axel gave us just a moment ago. But I'll be right back. One eternity later. Alright, so we have customized everything, and I think before I leave, I'm going to use Harriet's little service here, and she's going to give me a makeover. We'll just see what hairstyle she gives us. I don't think I'm going to keep that one. I like my OG hairstyle. So, yeah, let's put our hat back on and let's head back to the island. And I swear to God, y'all, this is ×2 speed, but look how much dialogue is right here because that's just too much. Like, can we not, please? Take me home, Wilbur, please. I beg of thee. Back on the island and back in my house. Let's place all of the things that we have customized. I am so excited for this to look a little bit more on theme. I do need to get like a table or something for that record player, but that is a future me problem. But let's place all the things that I do have, and now they all match, or at least go together. All right, there's one last thing I wanted to do before I call it for today, and that includes getting this beaded curtain wall. I want to match with Gabby. You know, she's got the cute walls. I want to use that as an accent wall, so I had to get the pro decorating license. So I did get that finally, and now we can add this to our little accent here, and it's gonna look so cute. Look at that. It matches with the orange. It was a little bit too dark, so I wanted to add just a little pop of something on that back wall, and I'm very happy with this. Now Gabby and I are twinsies. That is the end of day 15. Now I'm gonna roll it over to the next day. Alrighty, it is day 16. Finally, the last day in this video. If you've been staying with me throughout this video, thank you so much. Add a comment down below what you think of this series, and yeah, I hope that it's been okay that I've jammed this all into one video. But it is a dark and dreary day on the island today. But today's main focus, besides doing the dailies of course, is going to be visiting a Capp island for the first time. I have yet to do that in this series, so let's just get on with the day. One plus of it being a rainy day, I don't have to water my pumpkins, so that's nice. But as I was gathering shells, little Miss Thing over here is thinking of moving, which we cannot have. You are not Axel, you cannot move. But let's finish our dailies. And as I was running around, I saw Benjamin in this adorable little hat and raincoat. It's so cute, the fits that they wear when it's a rainy day. So I had to showcase that to y'all and also show that I have terrible aim with these balloons. It fell right into the pond. But I do need to buy a few things like these impish wings, some sheer socks, and the other impish wings as well, because they're just cute. And I did find this amber, which I'm probably going to use for decoration in the future, so I'm going to leave it there. And they were selling the lovely stack of pumpkins. And since I am in here, I'm going to sell off what I have gathered so far. And buy a few things here, including this very expensive chandelier, which will look so cute in my home, and I'm not even mad about it. You know, it's my bells, I do what I want. And Carlos is crafting today, so let's get the DIY from him, which is a spooky trick lamp, which is perfect for the island in the future. So glad I stopped by and remembered to do that, because I don't always remember. And because my storage is full, I had to place the impish wings on the wall, and also not mad about that chandelier, y'all. But let's go to our first Capp Island. Oh, it pains me to use 1,000 miles for that, but it'll be fine. At least the weather has cleared up. No more rain on this island. But the point of this visit is going to be getting materials, getting bushes, getting all the things. We are going to utilize this trip to the fullest by making sure no stone is left unturned. No tree hasn't been knocked down. So I'm going to let y'all watch me just ravage the island essentially. And I will be back in a little bit. I need more water. This has been a long video that I'm recording audio for, so... We also got our first gyroid fragment, so I will be sure to plant that on the island when we get back. Gyroids are another thing that I need to start getting, and maybe I need to visit Capp Islands more often so I can get more. But before I leave, since I've ravaged everything, I still have pocket space. So I'm gonna get some fish. Let me do that real quick, and I'll see y'all back on the island. I just love the little songs that he sings, so that's why I kept them in, even though it was 2 times the pace. But that is it for day 16. Look at our bushes haul here. We did a lot in these past few days, and just as an FYI to y'all, I am probably going to stop doing the daily postings, but instead the next 7 days of recordings will be all bundled together in another video next week, Monday. But that doesn't mean I'm not going to have content coming out later this week. It's just going to be non-Animal Crossing related. This whole little losing of my pet recently has kind of made it where I want to spend a little bit less time on pushing out content on a daily basis, just to give myself a little bit of a break. You're still going to see every day, but they're just going to be bunched together in one video. So the next 7 days will be in a video, and then the final week will also be in its own video, and then the island tours. So there's essentially 3 more videos ahead of you. But like, subscribe, and hit that notification bell if you've been enjoying the series thus far. And thank you all so much for watching.